Hey there folks, and welcome to Harlequins News. My name is Mark and I'm here to give you the latest news, new releases and event info this week. As some of you may notice, today is Friday and not Monday. This is because Tom in his infinite wisdom has decided that I would be better suited doing the news on a Friday rather than a Monday. This is because he would like me to be in the shop Mondays to Fridays. So if you want to see me in person, come down to Harlequins Preston and you can see me there Mondays to Wednesdays. With all that being said though, I still have a lot of news to crack on with, so let's get on with it. As usual, let's begin by looking at what's on this week at Harlequins, starting with Preston. Obviously, as the news is now going out on a Friday, the event info and upcoming events will be Friday to Friday now rather than Monday to Monday. I will continue to show you the regular events first, and please remember, as always, these events don't change from one week to the next, so please pause the video if you would like to read all of the information displayed. Details for any and all events for Harlequin stores can be found on the website. As you can see, here's Preston's regular events, but please take note that Yu-Gi-Oh! Speed Dueling has been added to Saturdays. These are casual events for people to come down and play with a small £2 entry fee. You will receive a Yu-Gi-Oh! OTS pack for taking part. Other than that addition, there are no additional events taking part at Harlequins Preston this week, so why not take advantage of the relative quiet and come down and play a game? After all, we have no table charge. With that being said, let's look at what's going on in Blackpool this week. Like Preston, as the news is now going out on a Friday, the event info and upcoming events will be Friday to Friday now rather than Monday to Monday. I will continue to show you regular events first, and please remember, as always, these events don't change from one week to the next, so please pause the video if you'd like to read any and all of the information displayed. Details for any and all events for Harlequin stores can be found on the website. So if that's the regular events, then what's going on outside of the normal schedule? Well, not much, but we do have on Saturday a Pokemon TCG Lost Thunder Season League Cup. This event starts at 11 AM, so please make sure you are there for 10 AM so you can get registered and prepared. Entry fee is £10 with boosters being awarded depending on standing. The higher your final standing, the more you'll receive. So that's the event sorted for this week, so on to the new card game releases. So first up we have two new Cardfight Vanguard releases, starting with Trial Deck 05 Misaki Tokura. This new trial deck is the Oracle Think Tank deck used by Misaki Tokura from the Vanguard anime. With new artwork for some of the cards and some seriously good cards, this is a perfect way to get into Cardfight Vanguard if you like the look of the Oracle Think Tank clan. Decks are £12 each at Harlequins priced. Next up for Cardfight Vanguard is the new trial deck 06 Nakai Ishida. This new trial deck is the Narukami deck used by Nakai Ishida from the Vanguard anime. With new artwork for some of the cards and some seriously awesome cards, this is the perfect way to get into Cardfight Vanguard if you like the look of the Narukami clan. Decks are £12 each at Harlequins price. Looking to upcoming card game releases now, and we have a couple of note. First off we have Yu-Gi-Oh! The Infinity Chasers. Scheduled for release 22nd of March, this is a 60 card set comprised of 40 supers and 20 secret rares, meaning this is an all foil booster set. The RRP of this set is currently $3.49 a booster. Keep your eyes peeled for this one, folks. Next up we have double the news for Final Fantasy card game. First up we have Final Fantasy Opus 8. This 138 card set is looking to be released in March, and the boosters are set to be £3.70 each at RRP. Finishing off our double bill for Final Fantasy, we have Final Fantasy Opus 9. I don't know as much about this set, information seems limited given how far in advance this announcement was, so I have no set size or anything of that nature. What I do have is release date and price. Opus 9 is scheduled for July release at £3.70 a booster RRP. So that's all the new releases and what's coming up for card games, so on to board games. Unfortunately folks, there is nothing of note being released this week or next week. I guess the business of Christmas and the games that just missed out on Christmas, like the phenomenal Resident Evil 2, though that may have been to tie in with the recent release of the remake of the classic Resident Evil 2 PlayStation game. Missed Christmas or perfect marketing opportunity? You be the judge. Either way, it's all finally caught up with the board game release schedule. But have no fear, I'm sure there will be many great games on the horizon. I've even mentioned a few in previous Harlequins news episodes. For now though, your collective purses and wallets can breathe a sigh of relief. So with no new releases and no new news, let's get on to miniatures releases. First up for miniatures releases, we have a couple of Star Wars Legion expansions out next week. This game is really starting to pick up some steam now, with plenty of variety hitting the shelves for both Imperial and Rebel players, and next week is no exception. Released at the same time, we have the Imperial Specialist personnel and the Rebel Specialist personnel. These two new releases will add some serious tactical brainpower to the hammer-wielding muscle that is the troops and tanks currently available. Both are £17 each at Harlequins price. On to Games Workshop's busy release schedule now, and we have coming out tomorrow Kill Team Arena. This major release for Kill Team adds a real competitive edge to the game, bringing in rules changes, advice and scenarios, also that you can play games of Kill Team that are not part of a story-driven league, but rather a competitive cutthroat experience. This expansion is £47 at Harlequins price. Next up for release for Kill Team, we have some fancy new scenery in the form of Sector Frontaris set. Whether for competitive play or more casual fun, bring your games to life with this amazing scenery set for £42.50 at Harlequins price. On the flip side, if you're new to Kill Team, or maybe you just fancy a change, there are a couple of new Kill Teams coming out that may just wet your whistle. If you like Mechanicus but were disappointed at the choice of models available to you when you first bought Kill Team, then the Theta 7 Acquiestus might just be what you're looking for. Failing that, if you already like Mechanicus, then this new set will give you new options, new miniatures, new cards, and new ways to play your favourite faction. Get a serious advantage over opponents with this set. And if everyone thinks they have your faction figured out, the new cards combined with the new faction ability tree will soon dissuade them of that notion. This set is £34 at Harlequins price. But if you thought that Mechanicus were the only ones getting an unfair advantage over the other teams, think again. The Genestealer Cult gets its own reinforcements with Starn's Disciples. This set is just like the Theta 7 set in that it gives you new unit options, new strategy cards, and new ability trees just waiting for an enterprising member of the Hive Mind to come along and advance the cause. Now cry havoc and let's slip the Cult of War. This set is also £34 at Harlequins price. So with this week's releases sorted, let's have a look at what's coming up for miniatures gaming. As usual, as we were just discussing Games Workshop products, we'll talk about theirs first. Again, as usual, I cannot show you pictures, as Games Workshop will not allow us to advertise their products before they do on their main website, as they want to drive people to their Warhammer Communities website. So I'm afraid there are no pictures. If you would like to see pictures of what I'm talking about, then please head over to the Warhammer Communities website. I'll leave a link in the description box below. I will say, however, I have decided to put the information I'm reading up on screen rather than a humorous image. That way you can see the names and prices in case you miss one that I read out. Hopefully this will be a bit more helpful for you. Anyway, all these releases are coming out on the 9th of February. We have the Codex Genestealer Cult, £25 RRP. We have Data Cards Genestealer Cult, £10 RRP. We have Dice for the Genestealer Cult, £17.50 RRP. We have the Atalan Jackals, £32.50 RRP. We have Clamavius, £15 RRP. We have Locus, £15 RRP. We have Magus, £15 RRP. We have Nexos, £15 RRP. We have Sanctos, £15 RRP. And finally we have Sector Mechanicus Tectonic Frag Drill, £35 RRP. So if that's all the Games Workshop releases sorted, then what about the other miniatures games? Well, I briefly mentioned a couple of weeks ago that there were some Infinity models coming out at the end of February, but now I've managed to get my hands on some photos, so now I think it's an appropriate time to show you all. As mentioned, all of these releases are scheduled for the end of February, February 22nd to be precise. First off we have, and apologies if I butcher any names, Hakislam Karawajis. This box has an RRP of $28.99. Next up we have the Pan Oceano Echo Bravo Fast Intervention Unit, in other words a paramedic. This dual miniature blister has an RRP of £10.90. Next up we have the Yuxing Deiying Operative Control Unit. This model is a hacker. This single model blister has an £8.99 RRP. Next up we have NA2 Raoul Spectre, mercenary operative armed with a boarding shotgun. The single miniature blister has an RRP of $9.99. And lastly we have Aleph Yadu troops. This box set of troops is armed with a variety of weapons and has an RRP of $25.99. And that's the last of the upcoming miniatures, folks. So with that, let's head back to me. There you go then, folks, that's you all caught up. Thank you very much for sticking with us until the end of the video. All that's left to say is that if you liked this video, please drop us a like, and please remember to subscribe so that you stay up to date with all the latest Team Harlequins videos. Why not throw us a comment below telling us about whether you like the fact that we're doing the news videos on a Friday now rather than a Monday. Do you love it or do you hate it? Drop us a comment and let us know what you think. But otherwise than that, that's it from all of us here at Team Harlequins. So, bye folks, take care and look after one another. Bye!